All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at some additional stocks moving into the trading week beginning Tuesday. All right, Monday is a public holiday. Let's have a look at some stocks which look primed to move for the shortened trading week which we have ahead of us. Now, the first stock which I want to bring to your attention is DE. DE may not look too appealing whatsoever. It looks as if we are in a little bit of a downtrend, but let me just make one point quite clear. It looks as if the momentum to the downside is really starting to wane. What I mean by that is if you have a look at the MACD, you can see that although price is struggling to sell off, you can see a variety, or a number I should say, of hammer candlesticks at support. You can also see that the MACD is starting to shift direction. This is telling us again that momentum is really starting to wane. So although price is moving lower, MACD is moving higher. That is giving us divergence, telling us that look, price wants to be moving higher. So if we know that price has got, a reasonable likelihood of at least moving bullish, especially at a very important macro support level, we can play some very nice risk and reward trades on DE. This was once originally around an 87.74 entry. It was actually an 87.77. I just undid that most recent touch. If we can bring this down and bring it down to about $84.38 and have a nice tight stop at about $83.12, we can really start to play, as I just alluded to, some very nice risk and reward trade setups. At the moment, we are looking at about $1.20 more or less of risk. Our first target is going to be up here about $87.37. So we're looking at a quick $3 move, so that is already over a 2-to-1. But if we start changing the trend of DE, long-term bearish to an uptrend, then we've got target after target, which is going to be higher and higher. Next target is going to come in at these old swing lows over here, which will be about $89. Then we can really seriously start talking about some incredible returns on our trades at around $91.43. So that is a very good bullish trade setup. It is in the face of a bearish trend, but it looks as if momentum wants to wane. We don't have confirmation yet, but confirmation is starting to set itself up on DE. Oops, I've just changed the symbols. Berkshire Hathaway, we have spoken about in the past. That trade is done and dusted. CHK was one that we had set up last week. 26.13 was the original entry. It's now up here at about $27.20. A nice little 5% move on CHK so far. Not really a share which I'm looking to add to positions at the moment. CNX, this is something which I've addressed pretty comprehensively in our pro analysis class this week. I've given a very nice trade handout on CNX. That is one of my favorite trades for the week ahead. If you want to see it, have a look at the class and also teach yourself and learn how to trade markets technically, but also professionally, not just a couple of analysis techniques. Understand how to break down price completely for any given market scenario or market condition. CSIQ is just fiddling out above or at our resistance level. No particular trade there. FSLR has been a very profitable trade for us in the past. It's not really a trade whatsoever. Garmin, I do like. If we start breaking down below Thursday's candlestick, most likely about $53.03. Well, then you can have your targets down here, and ultimately as low as about $49.50. That's a really nice risk and reward trade on Garmin. LLY, this is a trade which I referenced a couple of weeks ago. 61.77 was the initial entry. It's up here at 63.56 at the moment. So it's about $2 on LLY. Holding it up, I did give a 65.15 and target, but I'm really just going back and having a look at $64.86. Let's continue on. LinkedIn is still just fiddling out above our resistance level. No trade whatsoever. Again, this is another stock, Oracle. They gave out about $41.05. We've broken out. We've pulled back. This is a very good opportunity to re-enter if you aren't already in it. Although it's not a go-to share to trade, it is a pretty decent pattern to trade. What I mean is that we break out, we pull back. It's a pretty good idea to be buying at a pivot point, but it's not really a trade that I'm looking at doing this week whatsoever. Pepsi, we've been waiting for a rollover below 91.10. It still hasn't come. Doesn't we're not influenced that it hasn't occurred yet. We're just sitting patiently waiting for it to trigger. It will soon, just not yet. Scty Solarcity. This has got a Bollinger Band squeeze. However, it looks as if it's starting to break down. What we were expecting was a little bit, or what we were praying for was a breakout of this nature. Who knows, it might come. It looks as if we're sort of sitting in that lower band. If this is a failed breakdown, watch for a very, very quick movement in the opposite direction. Very, very quick. That's something that I'm looking for in SCTY. SWE, we're at a resistance level, no trade, looks like a bull flag. It's not going to go very far whatsoever. Soda is just moving sideways, and target to conclude with is just pulling back into a support level. No real trade set up on target. So we've gone through, we've highlighted DE, spoken about Garmin, LLY, I've referenced Berkshire, CHK, CNX, which is in Pro. I mean, have a look at Pro. It really is. I need to spell it out for you. Incredibly powerful analysis class that you should have a look at if you're interested in transitioning into full-time trading for a living. I mean, quitting your job and trading for a living. Pro is going to teach you how to do it. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Oracle looks okay. I've referenced Pepsi, Solarcity, SEE, Soda, and Target. That will do us in this little update. I might put out some more over the long weekend, but just enjoy your long weekend. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.